One crucial point when posting content on Twitter, now known as X, is to maintain consistency in your publication rhythm. However, this requires you to be active all the time. The n8n Ninja has found a solution to address this problem. She crafted an n8n workflow that lets you schedule your tweets very easily. You simply write your messages in a Google spreadsheet, and every few hours, at the pace you define, your posts will be shared on your profile. This is probably the most straightforward way to schedule your tweets. Let's dive in with the n8 Ninja and see how this workflow has been crafted, step by step.
So this is the workflow we will be creating. I shared it as a workflow template so you can copy it directly from the link below for free. But before we get started with the crafting, we need to create our database, the place where we will store our tweets. For this, we will choose Google Spreadsheet because it is free to use, very accessible and powerful at the same time. So let's go to our Google Drive folder and create a new Google Spreadsheet. We will elegantly rename it Tweets. We will also rename the first spreadsheet as Tweet List, so it will be easy to identify it in our workflow later. In the first cell, we will write Tweet as the title of the column. And below we will write a few tweets. We can write them as we would write regular tweets with URLs, etc. We are done with the data, so let's get crafting. We want this workflow to be triggered every certain amount of time. For this, n8n offers a very powerful node named Schedule Trigger. It allows to automatically trigger a workflow at a pace we deem. For this example, we want our content to be posted every 6 hours. So in the trigger interval, let's choose hours, and in the hours between triggers, we will write 6. Done for this node. Now that we have our trigger event ready, let's continue with the logic. The first step, of course, is to fetch our content from our database. We will use the Google Sheet node. After having filled our credentials, we chose the operation getRows, the document we created Tweets, and the sheet we named Tweet List. Let's try it. As expected, we received the list of tweets we have written in our database. Okay, we're getting closer. Now that we have our content, we want to post them on X. We will for this use the X node, chose the resource tweet and the operation create. In the text field, we will drag and drop the item tweet from the left panel, which contains the message we want to share. But hey, here we have an additional things to do if we want our workflow to work correctly. We need to click on the setting wheel and check Execute once. If we don't do this, n8n will automatically loop through all our items, and we will spam our followers with the entire list of messages we have input in our database. This is probably not what you want to do, so don't forget to check this. As you guessed, we have a final action to take. Remove the tweet from the database, so it's not shared twice. This is easy. We once again add the sheet node to our workflow. This time we chose the operation delete rows or columns. We chose to delete rows. We start at row number 2. Yes, row number 1 contains the title of the column and we don't want to remove it. And we want to remove one row, and that's it. So let's try to run this workflow. Let's hit that test workflow button, step back, and watch the magic happen. In a second or two, our workflow should have succeeded. We can check the spreadsheet, and indeed, the first line has been removed, and last but not least, let's see on X. Boom, here we have our post shared. Thank you for watching. If you found this video and workflow useful, please thumb up. If you have any questions or requests, drop a comment. And to stay tuned for more workflows and automation tips, subscribe to my channel. See you around, dear crafter.